Hi, ho everyone. I'm obviously still not Mr. Fruit. Mr. Fruit
And I'm
is,
obviously still not Mr. Fruit.
but Blue has his VTuber model up today, so which is kind of cool. Stimulates your eyes a little bit. Today's episode, I possibly had the greatest day of my life. Blue has a fun announcement that's coming our way, and we do a little bit of Q&A. News is a little bit slow lately. So we have a nice little short, sweet episode for you guys. So stick around and enjoy the GG Over Easy podcast.
Or else.
Or else what? Exactly. Summer's coming. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? Manscaped is here to ensure your body is ready for the wild with their game-changing full body grooming and hygiene products. Don't be the guy at the beach with Austin Powers chest hair. And if you grew some winter man tits, the least you can do is make sure that they're hairless. It's time to get ready for your hot guy summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG. Hey, I just got back from LA and nothing makes me feel more confident than a nice trim. And the only way I'm doing that is with my Performance Package 4.0. The kit comes with the Essential Lawnmower 4.0, waterproof cordless body trimmer, and a ton of other liquid formulas to round out your grooming routine. So get like me and get clean and get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG at manscaped.com. Trim your chesticles with the besticles. Thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring this podcast. A lot of people in your life can be affected by car accidents. I, for one, know somebody affected by it. They were hurt at work and their employer really didn't help them out at all. Their own employer told them that it was their fault and that they weren't liable. Good thing she called Morgan & Morgan. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 800 lawyers. With over $15 billion recovered for clients, Morgan & Morgan has proven track record of fighting to get you the full and fair compensation. Submitting a claim to a Morgan & Morgan is more like ordering takeout than hiring an actual lawyer. It's super simple. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/GG or dial pound law, pound 529 from your cell phone. That's FOR thepeople.com/GG or pound law, pound 529 from your cell phone. This is a paid advertisement. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 184.
69.
The second episode without Mr. Fruit. I thought we could
always
start
in our hearts.
Yeah, I figured we could start the episode with a little bit of a Mr. Fruit update for some of those that don't keep up on Twitter or anything like that. Because Twitter is probably one of the worst social medias in the world. Just so you guys know, as of May 31st, Doc cleared Mr. Fruit to start trying to eat some soft foods. He's pogging out of his mind, and he posted a very beautiful picture of what looks to be a nice powdered sugar pancake. And I know he really enjoyed that. Our boy got so desperate to the point where he apparently blended tater tots and chili cheese from Sonic.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's desperation.
Yeah, blended up chili cheese tots last night. The desperation has already sent in. He says it was disgusting and simultaneously the best thing he's had. So
it's funny because when he was talking about it, he was like, yeah, you could just blend up a hamburger. And on right here, he was like, I'm never going to do that. That's disgusting. That's so stupid. Why would I do that? And then desperation sets in and a man shows who he really is.
Yeah, so he's doing great. Things seem to be on the up. So we're happy about that. So Miss Fruit, if you're listening, we miss you, King.
Yeah, I'm really glad the penis reduction surgery went well for you.
If anybody needs that, it's you.
The chill.
Anyways, I think okay, I have a question for you, Blue.
Hit me with it.
How many times do you think you have cried tears of joy in your life?
I don't think I've. Maybe once, and I don't. See, I get teary-eyed when I'm happy, but I don't like cry. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I've
hysterically bawl.
Yeah, I don't know if I've cried tears of joy. I've definitely gotten like
I'm holding it back, like something like that.
Not even necessarily that. It's just like I'll definitely get like like a little like teardrop, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, man, I'm happy. But yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten to the point where I'm just hysterically bawling out of happiness.
Okay. I think I've cried tears of joy, like off the top of my head, like 3 times in my life. I think when I paid off my student loans, when Sydney and I closed on our like townhome, and last night when the Nuggets, I got to go to game 1 of the finals of the NBA, and it was sick. I'm not kidding. Like, as somebody who's been watching the Nuggets, okay, so this is a little sports thing about. I'm one of those people that takes sports way too seriously. I love sports. Okay,
Sure.
like one of those people that just take it way too seriously. Like, you see that guy that's like wearing a guy's jersey. People think that's weird. I'm the guy in the jersey.
That's
I don't
him.
care. Like,
He's that guy.
So the Denver Nuggets. So like every other sports team in my life has like seen success. You know, the New England Patriots are the New England Patriots. I don't really like the Avs or like hockey or anything like that. Soccer, like I was never really like a specific fan of a specific franchise until recently with Arsenal. But like the Nuggets were like my poverty franchise. You know what I mean? The team that like isn't very good, and you know that, but like you still support them because like they're your team and you got to push through that. And we have had some dark eras where we just stunk. We stink. Like, I remember back in the day, I'd have tickets to the Nuggets game. I'd get robbed or jumped. And then after I got jumped, I'd have 4 tickets. You know, like they couldn't give these things away. Like, so,
Man, some sicko put Denver Nuggets tickets in my car.
Yeah, like the only kind of relevancy Denver had was the Denver Nugget jeans. Like, everybody knows what the Denver Nugget jeans are.
I don't know what are the Denver Nugget jeans?
You've never seen the Denver Nugget jeans meme? You've seen the Denver Nugget jeans meme.
I don't think I have, but I mean, I'm sure
Okay,
it wins
look up
sports
Denver
Twitter.
Nugget jeans, and I'm sure at some point you're like, oh, I remember this, because this cause got the Denver Nugget jeans on. Check out the fucking drip. Yeah, you got to peep Denver Nugget jeans. That's a all-time meme. I thought that was a pretty deep fried meme. I feel like that's one Sammy would really enjoy, is the Denver Nugget jeans. But anyways, we finally made it to an NBA Finals, and I literally was. It was kind of one of those things where like it was really expensive, but it was like, okay,
out of curiosity,
yeah,
how much did it cost
per ticket? They were $750.
Oh my god, man!
Yeah, each ticket was $750.
That's my monthly allowance.
Yeah, there was $750. And like we were at the tippy top. Like we were like in just to be in, and like I kind of did the thing where as you get closer to the game, you can kind of see if tickets get a little cheaper, because like people are trying to like not who aren't going to the game or not planning on it and just want to sell the tickets for more than they bought them for. And I'm telling you, the feeling I got seeing them come out the tunnel like was worth every penny. Like okay, so I posted a video yesterday because I didn't know Sydney was recording. I did not know. Don't ask me why.
She's smart because she knew you were gonna do that.
Like, don't ask me why, but like, "Lose Yourself" by Eminem. Normally, I think the intro is kind of corny. Like, normally the intro is mad corny. You won't find anybody like I love Slim Shady, but like Eminem, it's like, But like "Lose Yourself" came on, and like they were coming through the tunnel, and they came right when it dropped. I was like, it just all hit me. I was like you're literally like, if I could go back and tell my 13-year-old self, like, you're gonna be at game 1 of the NBA Finals. Like you will be at the first. It'll be in 15 years, so strap in. It's gonna be like one of the longest, worst things of your life. But like it made like just everything worth it, and it like. Would I do it again in a heartbeat? That was so sick. I also got a free shirt that only cost me spending $750 a ticket. So
my god, man,
I hate the thing though. Did you see what it says?
Bring it.
Oh,
Bring it in? What?
Yeah, so like it's like as if like you're in a huddle. So like bring it in, like, but it's just
boo.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. I wish I could talk like to the PR team and like be like, can we do something else?
You are not cooking.
Yeah, they thought they were up to something with it, but it's not. Because you say like bring it, like you hear like bring it in, like you don't think like, oh, like bring it in, like it just doesn't roll off the tongue. It doesn't paint a picture. It's just stupid. But we won, thank God. Vibes were on. Like it didn't like dawn. Like I was like, it just like you go to so many. Like I've been to so many Nugget games before. Like halfway during the third quarter, I was literally like, I feel like I'm just at like a season opener or something. Like I was just like a regular season game. But I was like, I'm at the NBA Finals. It was sick. The guy from The Hangover, Ken, I don't know his last name. He's like another shit too. He was there. He's like the only celebrity ever. I wonder why he was there. I don't know if he lives in Denver. But he was at the building. And it was sick, man. We went and drank a lot. I have a friend visiting from Ireland right now. So I've drank a lot of Guinness, more Guinness than I've ever drank before. And it was awful. Maybe we didn't have a proper pour or anything like that. But came here, literally just got home, like, because we stayed at my parents' place last night, kind of near Denver, and literally just got home from it, and it was quite the experience. I cried like a little baby, and I'm telling you guys, if we do win the NBA Finals, I will
dick
cry,
pics for all,
bro. Like, yeah, like there's a parade inside my city. Like I'm going. We're vlogging. I'm bringing Mr. Fruit out in his jaw surgery head attire.
He's gonna have a bubble around his head in the middle of Denver.
I'm rolling him like, you know. So it is just a great time to be a Denver Nugget fan for the first time in forever. So I will give everybody who's a GG over easy listener, if you've never watched the NBA, you can officially be Nugget fans. It's okay. You guys have the pass.
You know what, Rob? Pass. You know what, Rob? For this finals, I'm a Nuggets fan.
I would hope.
You were like, if you weren't, man, I'd be like.
I was like, we're literally playing the Heat, who have beaten the Spurs in the finals before off some bullshit.
I don't hate the Heat, you know. So, but
I would.
I mean, I don't hate anyone who's wrong the Spurs at this point because I've, you know.
Ray Allen in the corner.
I'm in full coat mode. You know, I don't know if we're ever going to be great again. But hey,
no, Wembanyama. Okay, this is a little bit more deep into the sports talk, but Wembanyama, that's going to be sick. You guys are going to be sick.
One day, man. But nonetheless, I'm very happy for you.
Thank you, King.
You are. It's so hard to describe to people because just about everyone has like experienced some type of championship with their team in their life, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it be like some type of sport, whatever it is. Y'all, I can't describe to you how in the trenches the Nuggets have been.
We've been through it
for a generation. So
I was there,
and it's hard for me to understand because I've had one of the most consistent, longest dynasties of all time in the Spurs.
You
right?
Had to have one bad season to get like the next generational talent of all time ever. So
and then yeah, I mean, you know, I'm still not like fully sold on everything, you know. Last time we had a generational talent, he left us and screwed us over for the rest of our remainder of the next like 6-7 years. But you know what? Hopefully it's good this time. But yeah, Rob is serious, y'all. Yeah. Sports is serious. All right,
living our best life right now. Remember, athlete first, gamer second. That's.
I'm definitely gamer first.
Speaking of something first, you guys may have noticed that we have Blue's VTuber model.
It's me.
Kind of featured a little bit more prominently.
We needed some good formatting while Fruit was gone. Yeah. And then I'll probably keep it up regardless because yeah. Well, Rob, you can You can do the segue.
Okay, we have sort of a kind of cool announcement coming for more so, I think, the GG over easy watchers. I think this is a stimulation for the eyes for those that watch the podcast, because a big shout out to all the people on the Patreon that support the GG over easy podcast just a little bit extra, because without you guys this wouldn't be possible. Blue, would you like to say it? Go for it.
Yeah, so we are working on getting me a proper VTuber model for the purpose of having just something better to look at for the GG Over Easy podcast. We're talking like a nice like live 2D, like it's gonna like track my movements and everything.
Oh, Blue, and I also want you to know, homie, it's not just for like the podcast. We want you to have like what you need in order to make the content that you want. So the fact that we finally get you like, I think, the proper VTuber that you do deserve is gonna be sick.
Yeah, and I know a lot of you thinking, just turn on the camera, Pep Dub, and to that end say, I did. I clicked start virtual camera on OBS, and then I clicked camera on Discord. So I literally did that. So I don't know what, like, I don't get what the problem is, guys.
So how far are you into the process? So we kind of said like, yeah, like we'll figure it out. Just kind of find an artist that you like.
Here's the rough part, because like, okay, let me tell you guys, normal VTuber models, right? Okay, you could find a lot of great VTuber
Okay, what
artists.
is this considered? Like what you are?
So this right now would be considered a 2D PNG tuber, right?
Okay.
And well, I guess more of a GIF tuber, right? So like a PNG tuber is like a PNG tuber is like, okay, you got like two pictures and like one is on when it's talking and another is off when it's talking. So like right now, nothing.
Okay.
But when I start talking, it goes through Discord. It sees that I'm talking. It's like, oh wow, oh my god,
okay,
he's talking. And then with a live 2D, it's the same concept. It's more complex art and like usually like rigged in different parts so it could be able to track your movement and like see where your eyes go, see like when your mouth opens, when your arms move, stuff like that. So it can get pretty complex. And then you have stuff like 3D models, which is like really expensive, like way too expensive, even for us. So then you have like really crazy, like I'm sure you've seen videos of like a full body,
I've seen like
3D models,
something
like
exactly.
That. Which is just insane tech.
But she wears like finger things and is like wearing like a full morph bodysuit type thing.
Yep, exactly. So that's far beyond us. So we're just gonna do normal, like, you know, I'll throw a camera on. That camera will be like, wow, I can see what this dude's doing, and then the model will react accordingly. So I am cool with just having this, but the boys were like, you know, it'd be so sick if like you actually like had like an actual like more like vibrant living, like it would feel more like you're a part of the podcast too. Fruit, I believe it was Fruit who was watching a couple videos and he was like, man, this would be sick, we should do this. And if Fruit says let's do it, I'm gonna say, all right, big guy, for you, let's do it. And also because I don't have to pay for it all on my own, because the boys are like, yeah, we'll help. So I'm going to be like, yeah, let's go. I don't have to drop. Guys, VTuber models are expensive. Let me tell you this. I didn't think they were that expensive.
What is like the prices of like I don't know, like your average model?
I think like the average live 2D is at least 800 for
that's NBA final tickets.
Exactly. That for the art and the rig together, yes. But for like a pretty, like a nice, like a really good, like specific specialist artist, it could obviously be much higher. And then you have people who have like full body live 2Ds. That gets pretty silly crazy. But yeah, we're working on it. It's gonna take a little bit. I know the art is going to be pretty soon, but I think the
like what are the steps? Like does the artist start with like a concept, or like do you like work with the, like how does that work?
So the artist works based on your character. Sometimes they have to like develop a whole new character for you, but since since my branding is pretty established, it's just like, hey, just make a cool model of my character. So If you want someone to design the character from scratch, that's even more money.
Yeah, obviously. Because then it's
So,
OC.
Yeah, then it's OC. They have to make an OC. It's a lot of money. And so, yeah, we how do I describe this? The process itself is essentially make a character model, which is pretty much just art, and then they're gonna be like, okay, like this is it. And then they have to rig it, so they have to start doing like morphing. They have to start cutting pieces up to be able to move together. They have to make sure each part blends with the rest of the model, so it doesn't look weird when it starts like when the parts start moving. So the rigging is different. I mean, that's the rigging essentially, right? It's like putting the it's like putting the car together. The model itself is like it's just the chassis, it's the car.
Yeah.
But all the moving parts in it, that's the rigging. So the I I think we're having the character model itself made pretty soon, which I'm really excited about. But to
Yeah.
have like all the individual moving parts is going to be different because we had
What?
to find someone who did actual like animal type VTubers.
Yeah, like animal, not more so
and
anime.
and here's the even harder part. I had to find an animal type VTuber, and I had to find an animal type VTuber that wasn't furry type beat.
Yeah.
I just wanted.
You don't want to bait.
I just wanted a Mike Penguin to look really cool.
You don't want your penguin to look hot.
I just wanted a cool penguin that's really cute and adorable. And,
I didn't even think about that.
And all of the people that were offering were like, "Yeah, look at my work," and it was just like fucking lion boys with massive bulges, and like not a single artwork of like, "Hey, here's just a cute." He's just a
little cow. Like
here's a cute little guy.
Yeah.
There's so few people just making cute little guys.
Here's a lion with a mane with a camel toe. Like why?
Here's a lion with a 14 pack and a uwu bulge. It's very hard to find people who just want to make. Hey, here's a cute little guy. So yeah, that's pretty tough. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty close to my current character. I've really set on the cyan red scarf pengy. So speaking of penguins, we have a lot in store. So spoilers.
Yeah,
Not really spoilers, but we have a couple things set up. Me and Rob are currently workshopping round 2 of the ridiculously popular penguin plushes that you guys absolutely ate up last year. I didn't think that many people were going to go for them. So that was pretty insane.
It was awesome. Everybody really seemed to like him. Even like people, that may not keep up with the content anymore, but just like loved the concept of the plushie and just how it looked. And it was like a very nice quality, which I think was important too. Which I think a lot of people, when they finally got it in hand, was like, wow. Like,
yeah, it was wicked quality.
So very exciting times for Mr. Westlo. And
big excite.
And like you can use, I'm sure you're gonna use it on stream and stuff too, right? Like if you're ever like streaming and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So
hey, I'm trying to. If I just use it for GG Easy, that would be kind of a waste.
Yeah, right.
Maybe not a waste, but it would be like there's so much room for activities. You know what I mean? Like I got a lot of things to do.
Like what would versus VTuber be considered?
That would be like a really good live 2D. Yeah.
Okay, and that's what we're trying to do. Like.
Yeah.
Or which one are okay?
Yeah. I mean, his is like full body, I believe, but mine's I'm just gonna be waist up. I'm not gonna. I mean, it's I'm lucky because like a cute little penguin dude doesn't really have much of a lower body. It's just kind of 2 feet. So, but yeah, it's gonna be wicked.
Well, I can't wait to see, because then we can throw you a graduation. Do all that, or I don't know. Like, because graduation is like when they leave a VTubing. I don't get that.
Okay, so like, the basic graduating is just kind of like basically retirement from the. But then, like, you can't
stream like that. Like a VTuber will never stream again.
Not with basically what their org or whatever like gave them, right? So They're not allowed to stream with that model. They're not allowed to stream with their brand.
With that model?
Correct. Yes.
So like, okay, so if like you sign to a VTubing thing, do you sign the rights over to your VTubing model?
You pretty much sign the rights over to whatever creative they make for you. Specifically, like if they give you like a whole new, if they give you just a whole OC and they give you a whole like lore and shit and like a whole big setup, then yeah, you pretty much sign the right over. I believe you can buy the rights from them.
Okay.
But I don't know how it goes. I think it's actually pretty expensive.
So like, let's say like summer's coming. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? Manscaped is here to ensure your body is ready for the wild with their game-changing full body grooming and hygiene products. Don't be the guy at the beach with Austin Powers chest hair. And if you grew some winter man tits, the least you can do is make sure that they're hairless. It's time to get ready for your hot guy summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG. Hey, I just got back from LA and nothing makes me feel more confident than a nice trim. And the only way I'm doing that is with my Performance Package 4.0. The kit comes with the Essential Lawnmower 4.0, waterproof cordless body trimmer, and a ton of other liquid formulas to round out your grooming routine. So get like me and get clean and get 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code GG at manscaped.com. Trim your chesticles with the besticles. Thank you, Manscaped, for sponsoring this podcast. A lot of people in your life can be affected by car accidents. I, for one, know somebody affected by it. They were hurt at work and their employer really didn't help them out at all. Their own employer told them that it was their fault and that they weren't liable. Good thing she called Morgan & Morgan. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 800 lawyers. With over $15 billion recovered for clients, Morgan & Morgan has proven track record of fighting to get you the full and fair compensation. Submitting a claim to a Morgan & Morgan is more like ordering takeout than hiring an actual lawyer. It's super simple. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/GG or dial #law, #529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/GG or #law, #529 from your cell phone. This is a paid advertisement. Your VTuber model pops off, and like some VTuber org is like, we want to sign the BlueWestlo. So they sign you to the org as BlueWestlo, and then like you would stream for them for 3 years. Then they go, hey, like you're gonna retire, or like we're forcing you out the door. You're graduating.
Yeah.
You don't get to. You can go stream and do other things with a different VTuber model, but not as this specific BlueWestlo one.
Exactly. It's pretty fucked up when you think about it. That's why so many people.
A lot though.
Oh, 100%. Like 100%. I mean, that's also why a lot of people. That's why a lot of like big name VTubers are like leaving these orgs preemptively and are like, yeah, I'm just going independent. Like before they graduate. So it gets pretty silly. It's basically like big like contract corporate mumble jumble jargon that really can really screw people over. So
okay,
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Well, I hope you join those ranks and we graduate you one of these days. But like, and then we get like your shiny variant VTuber.
Yeah, I like, graduate and then I just change colors.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, with you guys, like, I can. Yes. Not with that type of thing. I don't think I would ever do that though. If even if I happen to pop off as a VTuber, which not gonna happen because I stream like twice a year. Even if that were to happen, I would just be like, I wouldn't want to do that. That depends though. If that depends how much they pay. I like money. You know what? I just realized how easily I can get corrupted. So.
So yeah, I think that kind of does it for topics today. It's been kind of a slow week. in terms of like news and stuff. Diablo's out, but like,
have you played any? Because I literally, as soon as Diablo dropped, everyone on my friends list, Diablo. Everyone on Twitch, Diablo. I mean, I know Diablo is huge, but I keep forgetting.
I just have no desire. I don't know if it's like, I think it's me, obviously. Like, I just watch the game and I just don't think I'd have fun playing it. Maybe I'm wrong and I just have to like actually play it. But like from watching other people play it and stuff, like it just is. But like everybody is raving about it, talking about how awesome it is.
Everybody,
like
yeah, 100%.
Like everybody, like the dick riding is crazy.
Dude,
but it seems
dick
warranted.
Riding, all that happens here. No, I don't understand.
But it's good to see. I think like it's refreshing to see like a game received well, like a big AAA game received well.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy for them, but I've definitely like, damn. I don't get.
Do you plan on playing it?
Probably not. I just don't understand. It's not that I don't understand the hype behind it. It's more so that I just don't like ARPGs are such a massive market, and I just don't. It just for
me
like
ARPG
if I'm
stand for action role playing.
I think that's literally to the T.
Okay.
AR. I just want to double check
like,
so people.
And
people
the camera's
don't,
like over pan, right, or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
action role playing game, and it's usually isometric. So isometric means like that like angled top down view, right? But yeah, I just never like. Anytime I feel like I'm controlling a unit, my interest in a game immediately dies. And for a lot of people, that's just not how they feel. For a lot of people, it's like, dude, like I'm controlling this character from above. This is wicked. Slaying some monsters, beating the shit out of hordes of enemies, and it just puts the serotonin in them. But for me, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. Yeah. Doesn't get me bricked up.
Okay, you know what does get me bricked up though, and I was asking, next week maybe we do like a movie spoiler podcast or something.
I really want to. I'm actually probably seeing that next week before podcast. Yeah. I'm so excited.
What are you talking about? What are you trying to see?
Spider-Man.
Okay. Yeah, it looks dope.
I'm so excited.
I fucking hate it when people are like, oh, the way it ended. Like, I'm not going to say the tweet I saw, but I hate when people like...
Just don't tweet anything.
Yeah, like
Shut
they don't
up.
tweet a spoiler, but it's something like, oh, just wait till this part. Like why the fuck is that necessary? Just
like, I'm not waiting till this part. Shut up.
Yeah, like shut the fuck up. Like the movie's been out for 6 hours. Like, why are you saying this? Like, I hate it. But yeah, we plan on seeing that. Ooh, okay. Maybe I'll have a story for next week because tomorrow morning, I'm doing the FA Cup is on, and the guy William is a Man United fan. So he wants to go out to a pub and start day drinking for the game. I'm finished. I've been doing it for like 2 days, man.
How do you keep like going into these things knowing that you shouldn't be doing them and knowing that you're not going to survive it, but you still do it anyway?
Because I know it'll make a good podcast story.
That man is that's a dedication, boys.
We have a question here from Goo Boy. It says, howdy everyone. What is your older unpopular game genre you would love to see a resurgence in now? My example would be trading card RPGs similar to the old PS2 Yu-Gi-Oh games or the GBC Pokemon games. Seems like now most card game are either roguelites or mobile cash grabs, so I'd like to see a return of those type of games. Keep up the great work and hope you're feeling okay, Mr. Fruit. Mine are like the platformers you saw like on the N64, like Banjo, Mario 64, even though you see that kind of with like Odyssey and whatever the new age Mario games are. But I just love like the platformers like Banjo. I don't think you really see that nowadays. And if they do, they're like 8-bit pixel type of ones.
I don't think there's a specific one that I still don't play. I was always like big into like the big adventure titles, the FPS titles. RPGs are still going strong, so I continue to be incredibly privileged on entertainment. So yeah, I don't think there's anything specific that I would want to come back because I still play all of them. Let me think.
Uh,
I don't think so.
oh,
Yeah, I really don't think there's anything.
Fenrir says, "How are we feeling about new Demon Slayer season so far? As always, best wishes and much love to all you guys." No spoilers, of course. It's awesome. I love it. I haven't watched the latest episode though, so I'm like one episode behind, I guess.
I haven't watched it yet, so
You haven't watched any?
no. I'll get
Damn.
there. Promise.
It's dope. You'll really like it. Mr. Yeager says, had a question that I totally understand if you'd skip. Was wondering if your first experience with weed was, or any other funny related weed stories. For example, me and a friend at the time stopped at a stop sign waiting for the sign to change color. Then a police officer pulled up behind us. Turns out we were waiting there for 2 or 3 hours. Thankfully, the cop didn't want to do paperwork, so he let us go home.
Are you guys smoking that ganja down there?
Yeah, I mean, okay. So, like, the first time I did the weed, I was like 17. I had like basically just decided like I wasn't gonna play college soccer. Like I just was like, whatever, like fuck that shit. I'll just now like that I'm not gonna be a college athlete. Like now I should do all the things my friends were doing when I was playing sports, was go party and drink and stuff. So tonight was the day like we're gonna smoke weed. Woo! Yeah, so we get in my boy's car, and this was also the time where like just doing any kind of drug was cool. So like they had a hookah thing, but and, like the little hookah bar had like a little soccer ball on it. I'll never forget it.
Oh
and we're
God.
Yeah, so we're in my friend's Jeep, and we, for some reason, I forget, we decide to meet like the drug dealer in like the absolute worst spot you can meet a drug dealer at 11:30 midnight in a fucking high school parking lot. Like what an idiot.
Oh, that's where you become a statistic right there.
Yeah, exactly. So like we go and like pick like stuff up in the thing. And then, like, lo and behold, like, a cop shows up, and, like, I'm in the Jeep. I'm not in the car that has the weed, though. Like, I'm in the car that has, like, the backpack that has the hookah in it. And, like, the cop is, like, shining his, like, light around in the back. And, like, it's kind of, like, at that point, like, I, like, slide the hookah, like, underneath, like, Corey's, under Corey's seat under him. And then they like let us go, and they were basically like, what were you doing like meeting up here in a parking lot of high school? And we were like, oh, like we're staying at his house, and we said that the drug dealer was spending the night at our house, so we had to like pretend like the drug dealer was following us to Corey Kid's house, because that's what like our excuse was of us meeting there, because Corey really did live in like the middle of nowhere. And then we go into the backyard, and we like load a pipe and smoked it. And we also had the hookah right there to the right. And that was pretty much it. Like I didn't feel funky or anything. The only thing I remember is we almost got caught before we even smoked weed, because we decided to pick it up in a high school parking lot at like midnight.
And then at that point, Rob realized, yo, weed is nice.
Yeah, like I didn't smoke weed like that in high school though. Like when I was living with my parents, the last thing I ever wanted to do was get in trouble. For sure. Yeah. So like maybe like once every 4 months type of thing, like whenever there was like a party. But like it wasn't until I got to college on my own, and then I was like, what are they gonna do? I'm paying my rent. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, Brandon. Do you have like your story, Blue? If you like your first experience, if you want to share, or
no, mine was pretty lame. I was like, my friend started smoking, and he was like, dude, I don't have a weed buddy. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, like I don't want to smoke this whole blunt by myself. And it was at this party, and like not a lot of people really. And I was like, And I was like, okay. And at that point, I didn't want to like seem like I don't know what weed is because I'd never smoked weed. So I
Yeah.
was just like, oh yeah, man, I'll be your weed buddy. Like, yeah, we'll just because I mean, very aggressive. Like, man, I need someone to smoke this. Like, I don't want to smoke the whole blunt. And I eventually found out why he didn't want to smoke the whole blunt because he had like a second one that he was going to go through, and he was
Oh
like, yeah, I
man.
gotta get through it. So he was like, yeah, I can't. So really, he was like, I don't want to smoke these 2 blunts by myself. So yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, I'll smoke it. I was trying to be super cool. Like, yeah, I fucking smoke
I
weed.
mean, you sounded cool.
So I was like, yeah, let's go, bro. I'll smoke
Yeah, I'll smoke
I'll
that
smoke a
dart.
blunt with you.
Hand
So
that
yeah,
dart
I
over.
smoked it. First time smoking weed. I was like internally, the first time you smoke weed, it's like a little jarring because it's like I don't know. It's a feeling you definitely never feel before when you can, because there's like a body high type one, so I could just feel everything going on, and
Yeah.
so it was a little jarring. But then I was like, eventually, I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. I don't need to freak out. So yeah, first time smoking weed, I was playing it really cool. Like I knew how to smoke the weed already.
You played it off sick.
I played it off real good.
Braden says, do you guys have a favorite food that is local in your area? For example, live in Massachusetts, and they have clam chowder here that just hits different. Any food that hits differently in the state you live? Not really.
Yeah, I live in the fucking taco capital of the South, so
Yeah, it's like I feel like with our food, you could pretty much get that anywhere. We don't have really anything special, unfortunately. Sacred Paladin has been a long-time watcher of Fruit mostly, but all 3 Prime Dream Team members make it the GOAT. As for the question, what's the first thing you guys learned to cook after you moving out on your own? That's a good question.
first thing I learned to cook. This is a very good question.
Fuck, I still haven't learned to cook, and I'm 28.
It's just,
like okay, like if someone had a fucking gun to my head and was like, hey, like cook something. I guess like spaghetti or like
yeah,
yeah,
yep.
it's so easy. Like
It just works.
yeah, like spaghetti. Like you just fry up some meat, throw some sauce, and then throw some. It's easy.
Spaghetti. Nah, I don't know. What did I eat? What did I first learn to cook? What did I first learn to cook that wasn't fucking ramen? I think just in general, I learned how to. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think I really first learned to cook in when I moved out for like college or anything. I kind of already knew how to cook a lot of things because my mom taught me a couple things. So yeah, I never really like had to learn late. I just kind of always knew. Shout out, mom.
Next question here, Lumberlord. Baby talk around kids, cringe or cute?
So cringe.
Yeah, I try and never baby talk ever. Cause like I remember being a kid and hating that shit. So like, why would I do it now? You know, I'm gonna talk. I almost talk to kids like an adult, to a fault almost.
I understand. Like, I guess I understand. Like, if it's like a baby, I'm talking like a baby. I'm not gonna like. Yeah, that's what baby talk's for. But once we start getting like grown walking babies, like we're talking like 3, 4 year olds that are just, you know, they're just little walking nuggets. See, at that point, it's like, all right, like let's slow it down. Like that's a kid, all right. Like it's not a little infant in the stroller anymore, all right, guys.
Yeah,
Let's cut it down. I get it. They're adorable, but come on.
yeah. Like I don't know. Like it depends. I just don't do it ever. Like it's hard for no, I can't even fake it. Pisses me off. Snoozebert, I recently had a discussion with my friend and we discussed how we think 10 to 20 years the wedding industry is going to crash. Just not worth it for people our age to spend a ton of money on a wedding that we could use for a house or something more important. What are your guys' thoughts? Yeah, dude, but still, people still do that. Like, I mean, the only reason why Sydney and I are spending money on a wedding is because, like, we have the house, like, we don't have kids. Like, what else are we saving the money for? So at this point, it's like, let's have a day for us kind of remembering things. But, like,
I think people are still I think people are still going to, but I do agree. I think any amount of big spending like that is going to, especially like from like a widespread consumer perspective, that stuff's getting more and more impossible to do for a lot of people. And so yeah, I mean I agree, unless there's some pretty big changes to how we distribute the money in our economy, and especially if we don't change how within corporations we distribute money to people. I mean, teachers especially, right? Like, there's not I can guarantee you there's very few teachers right now who are like, time to spend money on a fucking wedding. Like, hell no.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think the wedding industry, I think a premium event stuff is definitely going to get more and more rare. I mean, it already is more rare, so.
Jaffe says, who is someone you miss playing games with that you don't do to circumstances you just kind of don't anymore? Personally, I had a group I played D1 with on the PS4, but they moved over to Fortnite and never looked back. I just can't keep up in that game.
No build, bro.
I'd say like it's all my normie friends, just like the friends I went to high school with, that like their idea of like gaming night is playing COD fucking BR for 3.5 hours. Like, miss me with that. Like, I guess just gaming with those guys.
I think the only person I genuinely miss, because most of my COD friends were kind of assholes looking back. I remember there was like this really basic Pokemon MMO. It was a browser game essentially, right? And God, so long ago. And it was this dude who I would hang out with all the time playing that game. His name was like, it was like all caps, like Livewire or something. And then just in classic, you know, internet enjoying player who had no contact with that person besides their username, you just lose contact and you just never talk to him again. But that dude was super chill.
Next question here from Johnny Appleseed. Says, been rewatching all the old TTTs, and Pastor Arios reads us Scripture B, paragraph 52, verse 17 of the Book of Dado. Thou shalt always remain optimal even in the heat of battle. What is the optimal thing you have done today?
Got a haircut. It's pretty optimal.
That is pretty optimal.
Usually my barber like kind of slightly fucks up my beard and it's not completely even, but today it's perfectly even. I was like, hell yeah.
I guess I drove on the freeway and didn't crash. Like, that's optimal, right?
That's our big boy.
Fridge says, hope everyone is having a great weekend. Question: what is something that you think strangers often incorrectly assume about you before getting to know about you? Love you guys. Praying for your recovery, Fruit.
Okay, I could run this real quick. A lot of people think I'm how to describe it? A lot of people immediately think I'm an asshole because as much as I have a fairly docile voice, by all means, I don't look docile. Some people are like, yeah, you look angry all the time. I'm like, oh, resting bitch face. Sorry. So yeah, a lot of people immediately assume I'm I'm this gruff, mean dude, which I am. So,
I would probably say like when people first like meet me and like ask what I do and stuff like that, I think they automatically assume like I only just care about video games, like that, like my life just revolves around video games. And more often that's not the case. So I'd just probably say that they're surprised that like, oh, you are like into other things than just video games. Crystal says, what is your secret talent? Can you show us? Secret talent.
I don't have a secret talent.
I wasn't very like I can juggle a soccer ball for a little bit, I guess. But I don't have a soccer ball around me. Like that's a fucking talent. Like
I don't have a secret talent.
Lou says, Rob, glad you had your podcast guy moment when you talked about fighting a wolf. The question is, Blue, what is your favorite sound on your soundboard right now?
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, you know what the best one is? Hold up.
Oh God, is it like gonna blow out your eardrums one?
Meta this, meta that. Have you ever met a fucking girl before?
That one.
Okay, so that is your favorite. I believe that is Brock asking a trainer if he's ever met a girl before.
Rob is so pure. You're almost there, big guy. You're almost there.
Is that Brock?
Meta this, meta that. Have you ever met a fucking girl before?
That's Kaiba.
That is Kaiba. Let's go. All right, Rob. Hey, Rob's cultured.
Yeah, with some respect. Absolutely. What is the combination of two animals that you would love to see in real life? After choosing the combination, you make them fight. Which one is winning? I would love.
I would get my ass beat by either of them. I don't want a combination.
So I've been watching some Jujutsu Kaisen. I think a panda and a gorilla like mixed together would be sick.
That's so similar though. That's cheating.
What do you mean that's cheating?
They're so
not
like
similar at all.
They're in the stature division. They're pretty in the same realm. I mean, I guess it is a nice combo.
Like, boom, boom, boom. Like it would just make it, just fill them out. You know, it'd fill out the panda.
Fair, I guess. A combo. I don't know. I dogs are really cool, so it's really hard to like be like. There's already so many combos of dogs, so I don't know. What would be a wicked combo? I don't know. Like a fucking, just a cool ass thing? Like a fucking... Oh, dude. Animals are perfect. Pop out answer, I'm sorry.
Last question here from Demon. Says, when are you all watching One Piece?
Probably never.
Yeah, Demon. I'm never watching something that takes at least 300 episodes to get into. Like that.
Yeah, that's what. It's just so much, man.
Maybe like I'll have when I do like my wedding-a-thon or whatever, and we'll have a goal. Like I watch One Piece, and like I don't know how I'll prove that I'm actually watching it if I have to do like some sort of like essay on it or something. But
also, I would like to say I did give One Piece a chance. I literally tried for 50 episodes and I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it.
50 episodes. That's still like that's a good. That's
exactly. Like, I gave it a shot, man.
Word. Well, guys, I know this episode of the GG Over Easy podcast is a little short, but we like a little short episode.
I feel that.
Thank you guys all for listening and hanging out today. Next week, we'll be back, hopefully with some stories and some news. Thank you guys for listening to 184. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.